Hi, it's Ariana Newcomer. Welcome to Why You Hate the Sound of Your Voice on a Recording. So many of my clients tell me that before we start working. And fortunately, by the time they're done working with me, they don't hate the sound of their voice anymore. But there are two reasons why that is usually so. First of all, there are actually two ways that we hear. We think of the sound waves coming through the ear canal, hitting the eardrum, going to the middle ear, inner ear to the brain as the way that we hear. We actually also feel sound in our bodies, and our bones vibrate the sound directly to our inner ear, to our brain. That's called bone conduction. And if you hum and put your fingertips on your larynx, you can feel it vibrating. And if you put your fingers on your face like this, you should be able to feel your face vibrating. That's the bone conduction. Well, we hear ourselves primarily through that bone conduction pathway. Our skull is vibrating, and our spine actually is vibrating the sound directly into our brain. So when we hear our voice on a recording, that's more of the air-conducted sound, so it sounds very different to us. The other reason why we sound very different on a recording is that hearing is just the passive act of collecting sound. Listening is what the brain does with what it hears. And our brain does all kinds of things in order to make sense of all of the sounds that are coming in. But we also filter what we hear through our own perceptions and our own ideas. So we have an idea of what we sound like. We expect ourselves to sound a certain way, and so that's how we hear ourselves. So when we hear ourselves on a recording, it's sometimes very different from the way that we have perceived ourselves to sound in our heads for those two reasons. But the good news is the more that you practice recording your voice and listening to your recorded voice, the more those misperceptions go away and your voice becomes one voice, so that when you hear your voice on a recording, you go, oh yeah, that's me.